Thought is like a sound wave but of a higher frequency. So it's the same way that we use a remote control, to sub channels, for example, and you wonder how does it work. It's with sound wave, or satellite, or a Wi-Fi, or the mobile, for example. That is a sound wave. But then thought is like the same, more or less the same analogy, but in the higher frequency, so a little bit more like a more subtle way. So sometimes we wonder, okay, I don't have nothing to do with a war or with a conflict somewhere, and I'm here far away having. It has to do. Every time we have once again, negative thought, for example, then that might contribute then to the conflict somewhere else. So then again, that is again the moral responsibility for all of us, each one of us, to think positively. Think positively. You can make an experiment one day. If you have a flower or a plant in your house, for example, you start being tense and stressed around that plant, for example, then you will feel that after some days, some weeks, then it will be wilted. So imagine if that is the negative consequence of a negative thought, to a plant, to a beautiful plant, beautiful rose, flower. Imagine the effect that might have in children, for example, or in your family around you, or in the community, or in the neighborhood, or in the city. It's devastating, the consequences. Do that experiment and then put in the comment, how was it? So then again, it's again the moral responsibility for us to make an effort to think positively. And thinking positively is not difficult. Might be challenging, yes, but it's possible. It is possible if we understand the logic behind that. And the first thing that we need to understand once again is this suspension of the transformation of the thinking principle. Then when we suspend, then we can deneutralize and at the same time transform, and then allow then the positivity comes up. So it's like when you change the gear of those mechanic cars, nowadays they are automatic. But in the past, when you used to change those mechanic cars, you usually put in neutral, and then you put number 1, and then neutral again 2. So you never went from 1 to 7 or 7 to 3. There was always a neutral. The same way, we need time to suspend a little bit our activities of our mind, to go dive deep inside, and then suspend the whole processes of the mind or the body. And that again requires a little bit of discipline. Because the same way that you take a shower, brush your teeth, the same thing, mental hygiene requires also time.